Hi, I'm Dave Dinkle. I'm here today with Anthony and Justin. They were both students. We're going to talk about some deals they've had. Now, they happen to play baseball. They were drafted out of high school and college, all that kind of good stuff. I don't know exactly, but that's where they met each other. Anthony came in as a partner of another student about a year and change ago, and he's done about 15, 16 deals, and some really pretty good ones. But he met up with Justin, and he said, let's work out a deal. So you guys have actually partnered now on about 5 deals, 4 or 5 deals, something like that. The reason we're here today is mostly to talk about a specific deal or two that they just recently did. We're actually in the attorney's closing office right now and talk about a double closing. On the other side of that wall is the other side. I call it the opposing party. This is the A to B side, which you guys closed. Actually, we closed the A to B side a few days ago. So the B to C side is here, and they're closing it today. What happened on the A to B side is they were supposed to close Friday a week ago, and I got a call that they're not going to close, right?
Correct.
Okay. What reason did they give you? This is the original end buyer now. What reason did they give you that they weren't going to close?
The property had open permits on it, and they were, at least we thought they were fully aware of that when it did happen. And right before the closing day, they said they weren't going to move forward on it.
They tried to get you to take a discount.
Correct, that too.
Yeah.
Nice little haircut.
But the thing about it, that's exactly what it's called in the business, a haircut. At the closing table, the guy wants another discount, it's called a haircut. But the reality is, when they sent the contract back, the end buyer sent the contract back, they had crossed out clear and marketable title, and they were going to take it with any liens and open violations. That's a heck of a deal. I mean, it really is a hell of a deal. But the reality is they had a $10,000 earnest money deposit up. So when they said they weren't going to close, we still had to fund it, because otherwise you would have lost the deal. So I funded part of it, they funded part of it. But we did close. And now we're going after their $10,000 earnest money deposit. But what did you pay for it?
$120.
Okay. And what did you sell it for?
$185.
Okay, is there any other wholesalers or anything like that in there that got part of the 185?
There was a small JV with a buyer that came over.
Okay, don't say the name.
Yeah.
It's okay. So let's, when you say a small JV, is your gross on it about 180?
See?
Is it about 180 after the 5 or whatever the
Yeah.
amount is for the JV? So I got it for 120. Sold it for a net of around 175, 180 after closing costs and all. So pretty good spread. But you got another 10,000 coming.
Correct.
From the earnest money deposit. What were the surprises on the deal? I mean, you've done a lot of deals. There's been a lot of surprises on them, but any particular things on this one?
I mean, we were surprised that they walked, especially signing a 0-day contract type thing.
So in the original contract, you gave them a 0-day inspection.
Correct.
So they had, doesn't matter what they found or didn't find, they had 0 days. So once they signed it, hard money. So you can always complain about it, but the point of it is if you're always going to be able to go back and say, I want my earnest money back for some silly reason, why bother to put up an earnest money deposit? What's the point of it? So what we do is we take them, right? Correct. Whatever way we can get them legally. So I saw the house, and wow.
It's a shell.
It's a shell, but it does have impact windows, not impact doors.
And a brand new roof.
A brand new roof, and everything's gutted on the inside.
Correct.
So the buyer would have to be a contractor.
Correct.
Yeah. As they say, they're actually in the other room closing. I know them. They're local Florida guys here. And they will turn it into a small masterpiece and make some serious money on it.
Definitely, yeah. We priced it competitively, yeah.
Now, you guys could have done that.
Correct.
You could have done the rehab. How many rehabs have you guys completed?
To date, I would say 7.
Okay. What do you think you averaged as a profit on those 7 deals? Each one,
Averaged out, I would say 50.
Okay, each one.
Yeah, average, yeah, for all of them.
Okay. Now, they haven't all been beautiful.
Oh, no. No, there's definitely some things that pop up.
Some learning you have to go
For sure.
Yeah.
How many wholesale deals have you done? The rest of them have been wholesale. So
Yeah,
you're talking
yeah,
about
the rest.
15 or 20.
Yeah, the rest of them.
What do you think you average on wholesale deals? I'm thinking on the spot.
Never really
yeah.
calculated it, but I would say anywhere 15 to 30,
Okay.
right in there.
So we gotta get your spreads up a bit.
Definitely, yeah. We're trying to shoot, to at least make 20 to 30 at least every deal, if not more, possibly.
Because even though your 50 is a very good average, there's whatever the national survey is, it publishes the spreads on flips. The problem they have is they take the purchase price and sale price, and they assume that's the profit on the deal. They haven't done any rehabs. There's probably any number of those that actually had losses. So when you say 50 as a net number, that's actually a very good number. I think the national average on these fictitious flips is like 60 or something. So, what did you learn on your rehabs?
Learned that a $5,000 miscellaneous factor is too low, it's too light.
As you do your estimates?
Yes, we
Correct.
should probably miscellaneous
We add that
about
in
8 to
there.
10.
To be safe,
On
yeah.
what price property?
My goal is to stay under 200 on a rehab, because when you start getting into the higher price range,
Less buyers.
you have, not only do you have less buyers, you also have to factor in on the closing side. The fees are higher, usually you have to pay usually we don't sell our own deals when we rehab them, we have an agent bring a buyer, so you have to factor in 3% to that. And then, we factor a few percent for dock stamps, closing costs. And that's what a lot of new rehabbers don't factor in, the closing costs on the back end. Of a $300,000 resale, you're looking at, 3% to the buying agent,
Yeah.
at least $15,000 in closing fees.
Then if you're getting hard money or anything like that.
And then hard
too.
money as well.
Yeah.
You have to really run the
Yeah.
numbers.
Rehab fees always go
Yeah.
way up than you think they are. Yeah.
So they invited us over to see one of their rehabs. And we went by, this is when the guys were tearing up the floor. So we're standing there trying to talk to them, these guys are chiseling up the floor, and it just wouldn't stop.
Yeah.
Anyway, after we left, the decision was to wholesale it.
Yeah, well, we were gung ho on, we actually bought the tile. We were going to fix it, and then, we actually put it back out one more time, kind of through a Hail Mary, because we had a couple other projects going at once. And this was more of a larger, this was over 300,000. This would have been the most expensive rehab we did. And long story short, we ended up selling it, and, coming ahead, I think we ended up making 15,000 just to get rid of it and keep the ball rolling. And
I think it was a smart decision, we talked about this, because there's a lot more work on that thing.
oh yeah, there was a lot of, it was a
than you
bigger
anticipated.
house.
Yeah, well, also you had
Bigger
to
house.
blow out one wall, the kitchen, did just a lot of work.
A fence.
Yeah,
We took your advice too, you told us to put it out, and then as we upgraded it to
increase the price.
increase the price a little bit, just in
Yeah.
case a buyer does want to come around and buy it and tailor it to their own.
One of the dangers in the rehabs is the comps in the neighborhood. You can't see what's inside the house unless it's been listed in the old pictures or on Zillow or MLS or whatever else. And some of those other places that had higher comps were magnificent. They were
Yeah.
truly beautiful rehabs
Yeah.
and a lot of money in them.
And this house didn't have a pool,
Oh, yeah.
so, usually the higher range properties kind of want them to have a pool. It helps,
Yeah.
you know.
What would you tell potentially new students who are coming in?
I mean, you got all the answers, David. We
Oh, yeah.
we try to figure out what to do, and we just, we go back to Dave all the time and talk to him, and he's always got the answer for us, seen everything, done everything. He gives a plethora of material, and he's got so many different ways of optimizing. You just kind of take your foot and just go in one direction and work it,
I love to see you guys, all of the students make money. I really do. I live vicariously sometimes through you guys.
And we appreciate it, yeah.
No doubt, for sure.
You've helped us immensely.
Well, thank you very much.
Well, thank you.
So,
Appreciate it, Dave. Just call Dave.
go back to work.
Just listen to Dave, yeah.